All right, here is your review on solving a quadratic equation by graphing. So I want to graph this. So the formula I start with is negative b over 2a. I know a is 1, I know b is 2, and c is negative 3. So if you need to press pause to get caught up to 1, 2, negative 3. Here's the formula. So we start with negative, and then b is 2, and then a is 1, and then we solve this. That's negative 2 divided by 2, so that's negative 1. So when I draw my graph, find negative 1, and draw a line there. That's called the axis of symmetry. Then I'm going to go y equals, and I'm going to plug negative 1 in for x, and solve it. So wherever there's an x, I'm going to plug in negative 1, I'm going to solve it. So negative 1 squared, 2 times negative 1. And if you solve this, that answer is going to be negative 4. So 1 take away 2 is negative 1, and negative 1 take away 3 is negative 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The a value is 1. So I go up 1 and to the right 1 and to the left 1. But what I want to know is where it crosses the x. So I'm going to plug in 1 to see what answer that gives me. So if I plug in 1, does it give me the answer I want? So 1 times 1, 2 times 1. That's 3, take away 3. So that answer is 0. That's what I want. So one answer there, and then I count 2 to the right from the red line. I count 2 to the left, and now I can draw my parabola. And the whole point was to draw this is what are those two numbers? Those are my answers, my solutions. So that answer is positive 1, and that answer is negative 3. So we can solve this by graphing. Look at another example. Oops, y equals. I want to graph this. So again, I use the formula negative b over 2a. b is 4 and a is 1, and then I solve it. So when I graph it, I'm looking for negative 2. On there, I need to plug that in for x. And then I solve it. Now 4 plus 4 is 8, and 8 take away 8 is 0. So it's right there. And then the a tells me to go up 1 and to the right 1. There's my parabola. It only touches at one number, that number, the one I just came up with. So the answer is negative 2, because that's where it touches the x-axis. All right, one more example for you for review. So I want to solve this equation by graphing it. And so if I solve it by graphing, again, I use the formula negative b over 2a. So b is 2, a is 1. So again, I'm using negative b over 2a, and then I solve it. So it's negative 2 divided by 2, which is negative 1. Then I take negative 1 and I plug it in to see what the y value is of the vertex. So if I solve it, I get positive 3. And again, it's positive 1 for a, so it means it goes up 1 and to the right 1. And so when I look at this graph, there are no solutions because it never crosses the x-axis. So this answer is no solutions because it doesn't cross the x-axis. All right, Mr. G Math over and out. I hope that helped. That was a quick review on quadratic roots before your quiz.